Hello and welcome. I am Gary and Raver, and these are my first impressions of the Miskatonic Alpha 0.0... there it is, 0.02, the pre-alpha. This is what was released, I think, with the Kickstarter or slightly before the Kickstarter to let people know what kind of game the Miskatonic would end up being. I tracked this down while I was doing the research of what happened to the Miskatonic, because I've done a complete playthrough of the finished game, which will be linked at the end in the description. I highly recommend you check it out. I love what the Miskatonic ended up being, but I was really curious as to what it would be. So for this is a little bit different. I'm not sure this really counts as a first impressions, but that's how I'm going to just pitch it. I'm going to be talking a little bit about my thoughts on the Miskatonic, sort of how it ended and stuff like that. So spoilers for the Miskatonic final game. Like I said, go check out the series first. But also what I've discovered, what I reckon happened with this as a project. In the description, I've linked the Kickstarter for this game, so you can check this out. This is where I've sort of found the information. I'm not saying that all the information I'm going to relay is correct. I don't really know what is or isn't the case. I just have to go off what I reckon from what I've read. Disclaimer, please be aware that this campus tour is purely to provide players a feel for the art, writing and humour. The game is created using Construct 2. The full game will be using our proprietary engine built from scratch to suit our particular side-scrolly visual novelty needs. It was going to be a side-scroller, it is not. With the help, we can fill the Miskatonic with strange characters, weird quests, and fun dialogue. And that is, I think that's an early design for Lizzie? Because, yeah, Lizzie of Dunwich. Dear, whoever's left, I guess. Just a quick question, I don't want to take up too much of your apocalypse. Just something to ponder while your brains are being nibbled at or your flesh is bubbling. Where would you place witches on the evil scale? We thought we were always being kind of vicious. We thought we were being kind of vicious. Casting little hexes on the villages of Chessencook, harmless pranks in comparison. Even the old fella whose ribcage came alive and ate his own legs. The thing that makes a mad scientist is that he looks for logic where there ain't any. And there ain't any in that damn book, that's for sure. Don't hurt the shoggoths, it's not them. It's not them. This will be an early design for Charlotte. Obviously she didn't change that much. The art style changed a little, but overall... Day 0. No. Yes, they were going to break up the gameplay sections and break up the dialogue with illustrations and little short comics, presumably like this. That is so cute. I love the art style. Dear Charlotte, don't fuck this up. Loves and kisses, the Coven. Come in. I love this. Oh, it's an early Lizzie.
You like tiny baby quarters? Is comfiest and coziest.
It's plenty, thanks Lizzie. Do I need to pick up a bomber jacket or something? I think it'll clash with my witchiness.
Nah, it's mainly for us piloters and drivermans. You and Johnny are security-mans. Best if you be looking like everyone else.
Oh, okay. Speaking of which, who should I go to for assignments or whatever? Stuff to do.
I don't know. I just fly people places and make the mischiefs. Probably Johnny knows. Yeesh, I let you find him.
Okay, I'll take a look around. Thanks, Lizzie. Oh, I love this world. I love being in this world. I've missed it. The Miskatonic University. Explore the university. Return to your bed when you've finished exploring. It was going to be a side-scroller with proper movement. Here's that shotgun I mentioned in the actual thing. Arkham... Dulwich? Wow. Dunwich. Which is presumably Innsmouth, Arkham... They're just a series of references to... Oh, my god, there's a jump button. That's a bit weird. Enormously huge shotgun acquired. Courtesy of the university, it's been specially enchanted to blow chunks of monster into their gooey base ingredients. A must-have for any executive witch on the go. Groovy. Okay, anything else? Oh, yep. I so love the art style, just so much. It's a poster of a cute little man taking his cute little camel away from a cute little black sun. Probably screaming cute little prayers to a cute little uncaring deity. Poster of the Antarctic expedition, where everybody died. I've heard many pleasant things about the Arkham Sanatorium, though usually through severe twitching and bubbles of dribble. End the day? Oh, hell no. Innsmouth, fantastic seafood. Might have been a resident. Pretty much the only thing to do in Chesuncook was to go to church or become a witch, which is pretty much the same, besides the ritualistic forest dancing and Shoggoth Cavern. I think I'd enjoy a retirement in New Orleans. Good food, good people, good cultist ratio. A tourist poster for Dunwich, spelled wrong. Can I leave? I might not actually be able to... Okay, I might not actually be able to leave or anything. She's got the adorable socks still. Huh, what a bunch of creepy weirdies. I think I'll like it here. Is that it? Thanks for playing our Construct 2 campus tour demo. I feel like I didn't explore the campus. I might have to try again. Oh, wow. A journal. First day on the job as a witch for the Miskatonic University. Super excited to get started, but since all the chillbees are on holiday, it's just teachers and staffers here for now. I think I'm working as a sort of vanguard for expeditions, making sure it's safe for scientists and explorers, which is a weird reason to hire a witch. I guess we're less inclined to go all nuts if there's a giant monster or something. Probably I'll be running errands until the term starts up again. Half the people here are warped and mutated like crazy, but it makes it fun to walk around and talk to them. The little goat girl called Lizzie seems fun, despite looking like a weird shadow midget creature. And there's a boy who's apparently got a method of summoning the All-Mother tattooed somewhere on his body. I'll either need to let him summon her or figure out a way to find the incantation on his naked body without him noticing. They have books all over the place here, piled up in places where there's no shelves to hold them. The library seems 1,000,000 feet tall besides. There'll be plenty to read on my downtime. Though I'll need to ask the librarian for a good place to start. Hopefully there's some storybooks. It does get a bit tedious having to pore through all these occult manuals all the time. Especially since the books tend to try and get into your skin and veins with all their corruption. It's dumb. It's weird being a witch here. People seem unclear of what we do in the coven. I guess it's better to keep it vague, although the biology professor wants to know how I tamed the Shoggoth Cavern. Maybe it wouldn't hurt to show him my eyeball tricks. What with that tentacle stuck to his head? Maybe that'll stop it from exploding. I.A. Shub-Niggurath. Charlotte. Do I go through the door? Ah, that's how. You press down on the door to go through it, okay. Regarding the cannibal cults of southwest England. It has since been discovered through the archaeological efforts of the Oxfordshire Monster Hunting College that the leading cause of death in southern England and Wales over the last 700 years has in fact been cannibalism. Upon discovery of the underground caverns of Exham Priory, that's from a story, several dozen similar sites have been unearthed, prompting a radical inquisition into the influentials of Britain and a harsh rewriting of its history. I guess that's where the term silly sausage comes from. Dave greatly assisted in the mental phenomena known as cerebral voiding, in which the brain refuses to comprehend particularly horrible entities in order to maintain its own sanity, instead rendering a black silhouette in its place. Given the name Dave after 3 members of a faculty suffered severe intracranial hemorrhaging from trying to pronounce Dave's real name. I've actually been thinking about the cerebral voiding. It does completely break the law of, well, not the law, but the point of Lovecraftian works, that it's like, it's too terrible to comprehend, but you comprehend it anyway, and that's what makes it terrible. But I've come around to it because it allowed, I don't know, it allowed them to sort of show this stuff, and for it to, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I've come around to it a lot more. You know, it's a distinct thing to mark it away. This isn't, you know, a story in which the protagonist is going to go insane like 90% of Lovecraftian work is. Instead, it's Charlotte is relatively at home, and this one thing marks it out as different without having to make everything else horrific. Madeline Northmore, psychology student, coined and studied the mental phenomena known as cerebral voiding, using the local incomprehensible horror that came to be known as Dave. awarded a grant to mount an expedition to study the Plateau of Leng with a team of her fellow students. Screeching mass acquired. It screams when I poke its little eyeballs, and I can feel the corruption seeping into my fingery veins just by touching it. Kinda cuddly.
I love her so much. And that's basically,
yeah, like I said, it's going to be full of spoilers for the full game. That's what I guess became the primordial ooze. Oh, you can still move when you're looking at stuff. Tilly Tikiki of the Elder Things led the Starkweather Moor expedition to the Elder Things Lake Primordial Soup, confirming the Elder Things as the progenitors of all organic life on Earth, and demonstrated the process of cell shaping and Shoggoth creation, buried at his homestead in the Antarctic. Charlotte's quarters. Bella de Dandequiri, classic literature, saved her woodland village from an incursion of fungi of Yuggoth by summoning Shub-Niggurath, the black god of the woods, with 1,000 young, during a celebration of the medieval Day of the Dead. The light of the subsequent feasting of the black ghost upon the Migo seared her ceremonial makeup to her skin, giving her the local nickname the Death Shepherd.
I'm hidden behind a chair.
I am a master of stealth.
Weird Japanese camera acquired.
When I look through the lens, it gives me points for taking photos of spooky stuff. I got the high score for taking a selfie. I think that's a reference to Fatal Frame. I guess because I don't know how long this is going to go, I'll just talk about a few of the other things as I go. This was going to be a full sort of proper game. And it had, well, movement, as you can see. It was going to have puzzles, exploration, maybe even combat. There were a lot more characters. Some of them were massively changed or even removed. Emily the Librarian was mentioned on the Kickstarter, and she was going to be a full character. And then they just swapped her for the definitely not a Shoggoth that we have instead in the final thing. Hi, Johnny. Getting settled? Yep, just finished with my books. Thanks for lugging them here for me.
Honestly, I've no idea what compelled me to do that. The kids won't be back for a few weeks, so we'll be doing busy work until classes start back up.
Why do we need students to do our jobs?
We don't, but the Miskatonic uses batches of students to do the grunt work on expeditions. Easier to replace. No expeditions, no needs for security, no need for us. Introduce yourself to the faculty once you're set up. They've shown quite an interest in you.
Okay, I'll see you about then.
There's Bob. The Kickstarter did rather well, actually. It reached its goal, and it actually hit the first of its stretch goals. It raised about 17,000. Beginner's Guide to the Necronomicon acquired.
A little pamphlet about the many ways one can use a copy of the Necronomicon in their daily lives. Topics include housework, after-school activities, and ritualistic vengeance.
Ooh, the library. There's Valentine and Lizzie. Oh, Valentine. Valentine. Wonder if we'll get any hints to what he was going to be. The first stretch goal that they hit should have meant an episodic side adventure where you play as Lizzie. And that, of course, didn't happen. Neither did the art book that was promised for all backers. Given how cut down the final game was, I assume they ran out of money, or the money didn't last as long as they expected it to, and instead of doing all of this, they decided to just do a sort of rather flat visual novel. Flat as in without embellishment, rather than flat as in dull. So I think this is the original Emily. It is not.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Charlotte.
Are you experiencing any sensations of madness, insanity, or general lunacy, miss? I love that little bit of art.
Not today, no. I'm just saying hi, I'm the new hire. The witch?
Oh, my apologies, miss. I'm Specialist Duché, the liaison for the university's wellness centre for this building. It's our job to keep the faculty from going psychotic, big-time styly. Usually the reason folks talk to me is because the darkness is coming.
Huh, so you work for the in-house nut house. You don't look the part if you don't mind me saying.
Our research has shown that due to the existential nature of the university's particular brand of insanity, showing human scarring has a grounding effect on a person's mind. Makes them feel more tangible, I guess. That's why all of us liaisons are all tore up, a showing of our scars.
I just realised she sounds like a female Richmond, but okay. I've never seen scars like yours. How'd you get them, if that's alright to ask? Who does that remind me of? Not Vicky, it's the other one. The one who wanted her memory erased. I used to work in engineering and got caught in a collapsing portal. Almost got torn in half and scattered across time itself. But luckily it just left me a bitter husk of my former self. Looks funky though, so it's not all bad. Plus I'm much more useful as a reminder of the importance of mortality than a portal diver.
Yeah, I'll bet. I'll let you know if I want to chew my own head off or something.
It's actually Maurice that handles the self-inflicted cannibalism KO. Yeah. Joking. Ooh, a big sword. Giant hideous knife acquired.
You'd need to be a monster to wield this thing properly. A gross personification of man's masochistic guilt, perhaps. It's pretty cool, though.
Makes me wonder, given that there are tons of pickups, how many of these would actually have been pickups, or they might just be representative of the kind of humour and thing you'd encounter. That is not dead, which can eternal lie, and with strange eons even death may die. Bit on the nose, but solid Cthulhu reference. Hello, person up there.
Hey, I'm Charlotte, the new girl.
I'm Alex. I work the anvils down in the basement. By which I mean I design the things the guys in the basement build for expeditions. I've never been in the basement and stuff.
I like your weird tattoos.
Thanks, they're Migos star roots. Just in case they snatch our brains and take us to one of the dark planets. Plus a few incantations that'll summon some transdimensional horrors in a pinch. Basically, the last quarter of the Necronomicon is on my back, just in case. I wonder if he's the inspiration for the whole, if you touch skin with Necronomicon, it writes it on them.
Can you summon Shub-Niggurath? The coven back home will be so jealous if I met Shub-Niggurath. Or at least let me borrow the chunk of you that's got the spell on it.
Well, I need that particular chunk of my body, but if you've got a forest and some spare blood, we could probably give it a shot.
I'm practically made out of blood. When I find a good forest, I'll let you know. Thanks, Alex.
I do love Charlotte. Go on then. What is there to say?
Dr. Thirst Valentine, Psychology, discovered the residual transmissive effects of the documentation of baphometic entities, created the Ethereum as a means to safely perform occult experiments on the Necronomicon, sacrificing his mind and body to further the then limited knowledge of the Miskatonic University. Why is the painting bleeding?
So that implies he used to be human and then, went mad and lost his body. Oh, the Spider Girl, although I think it was a Spider-Man in the other one.
Lizzie of Dunwich, head of Expedition Transportation Logistics, ambassador to the Dunwich Brides of Yog-Sothoth, and pilot of the Miskatonic University's flagship passenger plane, the Chunghi-1, braved incredibly dangerous weather and saved the lives of over 3 dozen Miskatonic explorers during the Starkweather Moor expedition.
Hello, Spider-Woman.
Hey, are you a student? I thought school was out.
Malice the Leng touched. She's got the long hair that Annie will have. Oh, wow. Oh, I think I accidentally clicked on something. Deep 1 guinea pig hybrid acquired.
Possibly the most hideous abomination ever made manifest by human hands. The scent is malicious in my witchy nose, and it's horrific to the touch. I'm overcome with a desire to kill all organic life on Earth just knowing that this travesty of science and magic exists upon it. It's kind of cute, though.
Sorry, what were you saying? Oh. Nothing. That was just a method to get that. It wasn't connected at all. The runway. Oh, okay. Zombie scythe arm acquired.
It's flimsy and goopy enough that I could probably tread on it and it'd snap in half. Still wriggly.
Oh, that's a necromorph arm.
Garrick Kavanagh, main engineer of the repurposed whaling ship the Forte, developed the pneumatic ramming system installed at the bow of each Miskatonic ship stationed at R'lyeh, known as the Johansen Ram, used to prevent Great Cthulhu's head from reforming and returning to life. Awarded captain's title of the Miskatonic flagship vessel the Arkham, and continues to provide great service to the university by ferrying scientists to R'lyeh in an attempt to reopen the portal and return Great Cthulhu to his homestead.
Hello. No flights today, darling. Fog's too thick. You'd be surprised how many students we lose out there in this sort of weather. Best stay indoors. Yes, I'm guessing it's Bob's office. This looks like the precursor to Bob's office. Hello.
You're the witch, right? Jessica Morgan. Don't mind the screaming faces. Oh, she was the one who got tentacle arms and works at the Necronomicon. Oh yeah, hello, I'm Charlotte. So what's with the screaming faces? Don't mind them, side effect of Lang is all. I assume that's, I assume that's a thing? Don't go to Lang. Okay, bye. They got on quite well in the other one. Oh, no writing about that. The map isn't as wrecked up as it is in the final thing, although there is some damage there. That could be in the real one, I don't really know. What's this thing? Lizzie's weirdo necklace acquired. This is Behelit. This is clearly a Behelit. Wonder where Lizzie got this. I do not know what a Behelit... Oh, shit. No problem. Glad I don't have to touch it anymore. Oh. Hello. Teleporting Lizzie. Oh, a bucket. Hexagonal bucket acquired. Look at this terrible bucket. This is the worst designed bucket in the world. It's so bad there's gotta be a reason for it. I'll keep it. Creepy doll. Crying meat doll. Its tears come out in little globs and it comes with a range of hideous mutated accessories. I like his little haircut though. Well, that is 100% based on Eve from Binding of Isaac. Oh god, I fell off. I forgot to ask a second ago, but why do you look like an unlit hallway?
Ah, yish. It's 'cause you humans' brains don't like what we dumb witches look like, so your brains don't comprehend us proper, for the sake of your sanity or whatever. Science folk be calling it cerebral voiding. Us dumb witch girls call it scaredy human brainitis.
I spent a decent chunk of the last 5 years training a shoggoth to do dog tricks, and I could see him perfectly fine. How bad could you look?
Dunno. Maybe humans just don't like wriggly bits as much as slimy shoggy bits. Hey, do you want to do a quick side quest for me?
Sure, what do you need?
I gone left him a necklace at the Archangel's, Archchancellor's, whatever, desk on a counter. He wanted to study it. Can you get him back for me?
Necklace on the Archchancellor's desk. Sure, give me a minute.
Yep, just did that. Oh, she's gone. Teleported in there, presumably. Hello. William Smythe Medley. I like his eye. Ah, you must be the little witch girl I requisitioned recently. William Smythe Medley, bursar of the Miskatonic. I handle all the required financials for our little horror show. Yes, indeed.
You're from England?
A Shropshire lad. Piqued my interest for the whole cosmic abomination lark, I can tell you. The night was certainly dark and full of terrors back in England. Yes, indeed. Game of Thrones reference, ha.
Can I ask why your eyes all mussed up? Childhood mishap?
Oh, no, my dear. I'm not fat, you understand. Pregnant. Deep One hybrids, you see. Cheeky little monsters trying to parasite me from the inside out. Stiff curry will calm her down.
What?
Oh, but she was a beauty, though. Eyes bigger than yours and twice as bright. Charlotte does have... Yes, because this is more of a thing in the original style. Because it's like remarked that Charlotte's eyes are huge, but is less a thing in the finished version. Like Annie's eyes are also quite big, but compared to like this, Charlotte's eyes are huge, and that's to sort of draw attention to them in preparation for the reveal that they're magic. Charm like a silk handshake and a smile that'd light up Relia. Arse, you could hang your laundry off.
I didn't realize it worked both ways like that. I think my sanity gauge has plummeted through the floor.
Oh, those bloody deep ones can impregnate anything with a pulse, my dear. Variety, good for the species. And aside from the screaming, tumescent growths inside me, worth every third date you can imagine. Yes, indeed, top.
Okay, well, thanks for the tip, or whatever. See you around.
The Corporeum. Oh, I wonder if this is going to have like an early version of Marie. No one tainted beyond this point. Hello. Professor Lake.
Hello, I'm Charlotte, the new girl.
Oh, the Shoggoth Tamer. Pleasure to meet you. Fascinating creatures, Shoggoths. You must show me how you earn their moniker. We've yet to properly vivisect a live specimen. I'm Lake, head of our little butcher shop.
It's a combination of hypnosis and intimidation, essentially. Just need to spook 'em out a bit. I wouldn't know how to get one in here, though. You guys experiment on monsters?
Oh, no, not experiments. Largely vivisections. The occasional dissection if we're running long. Captured deep ones mostly these days. Fascinating creatures.
The fish frogs. What's fascinating about them?
Oh, a myriad of things, but largely their ability to mate with not only creatures of any species, but any gender. We thought initially that only human females could bear deep spawn till very recently. Fascinating creatures, you humans. Us humans.
Oh yeah, I guess we are. No Marie, it seems. Claire de Lune record acquired.
It's really calming to listen to, but I think that might be the sensation of slipping into a nightmare of a tormented burn victim. I should get a copy for my room.
It's really sad that this never became a full thing. I mean, don't get me wrong, what we got was spectacular and has really, really resonated with me, but still makes me a bit sad that we didn't get, all of this.
Baron Decker, return the amulet.
What? That's probably a reference to a story that I've not read. Bob. Bob. He survived pretty much intact. Well, No pun intended.
Shovel Mighty, what the hell happened to you? You look awesome.
Greetings, human. I'm the avatar of Yog Sothoth, ambassador to the human homeworld. Just kidding, I'm Bob. I work in the Ethereum, behind the scenes sort of thing.
What does that entail? And why does that explain the great head you have?
The Ethereum is a room in which our librarian conducts her occult experiments on the Necronomicon. It's actually shielded from the inside by a conglomerate of summoned abominations to protect experiments from leaking out of the room. My colleagues and I are tasked with looking after it.
Sounds like a tough gig.
Tough but rewarding. Ethereum staffers are very generously compensated for sacrificing our minds and bodies for the sake of occult knowledge. My family is far more comfortable than those of other men of my limited skills. Small price to pay, eh?
Huh, yeah, I guess so. See you around, Bob.
Actually, that does remind me of one bit from my notes I forgot to mention. Regarding the ending of the Miskatonic, again, spoilers, just in case anyone here still cares about that. I, at the time, was like, there's inconsistency here. Did they know what they were going to do with the whole turning into a big gooey mass or not? And it's quite clear that the students didn't know. The staff knew. They all talked about stuff like how to spread across the world, while the students said stuff like, I don't know what this has to do with my studies, but my teacher told me to come here. Or, what do you think the university will do next after curing mutations? Which, of course, was not what they were doing. And it just adds a hint of tragedy to it. I can't remember which ones were actually students. I assume it was the ones wearing hoodies and stuff rather than ones like Vicky, who may still be staff. It's been a couple of months, by the way, since I played the Miskatonic. You should definitely go watch the series, though. Bunch of seeds.
They taste really bitter and fill me with an unquenchable desire to perform ritualistic human sacrifice in rural mountain towns. Even more so than usual, I mean.
Do you think that's the precursor to Marie with the whole Void Shaman thing? The Ethereum. Oh, what's this? Luminescent Sprite acquired.
It hurts really bad to hold, but I can feel it dying in my witchy hands. It just seems to want to chase me around. I wonder what it is.
Oh, it's Navi, right. Oh, so this was the precursor to Emily, the Shoggoth librarian. Hello. Lilith. Oh, the little witch girl. Far too much corruption in here for the little witch girl.
I think I'll be alright. I used to hang out in a cavern full of Shoggoths back in Chesuncook.
Oh, there's far worse things than Shoggoths peanut buttered across these walls. Peanut butter, Marie, peanut butter. Definitely the precursor to Marie and Emily, I think. Peanut butter monsters.
Kay, I'm Charlotte Lestrange, by the way. Witch girl is just my occupation.
I'm the librarian, Lilith. I incant the Necronomicon. To great effect, yes. To disastrous effect, too. But that is the fun part, yes?
Are you guys sure that's a good idea? Testing spells on the Necronomicon? That sounds like the worst idea a human can possibly have.
Oh, we're safe and sound inside the peanut butter monster. Well, the world is safe and sound from us. We're in incredible danger. But knowledge is delicious, and we garner much deliciousness from my little spells and incants.
Well, if you say so. I'm kinda craving a sandwich now, so I'll be off. Good to meet you.
Craving a sandwich, and sadly, there is no amazing cannibal to provide a bacon sandwich. And that is everything. This took me a little longer to get through than I thought, but that just means there's sort of more to look at. It sucks that there is no more than this. I assume that's the main door. It really sucks that there is no more than this, and it seems the developer / artist Jack Kalis, I think, has more or less abandoned everything to do with this game. He did begin writing a tie-in comic book, which was based around a Canadian Yeti hunter who went to, I don't know, some sort of warm climate in order to research why students were going missing. And there are like a few panels of that, and then he just stopped again. It's a massive shame that this didn't go any further, and I love this world, and I love what he did with it, and if he ever happens to see this, Jack, your art is so damn pretty, and I would buy a sequel, or a spin-off, or anything like that. So, thank you very much for watching. Let me know if this was of interest to you. I found it absolutely fascinating to sort of see what it could have been, see what it was planned to be. Fascinating and a bit sad that this is not what it will ever be. So thank you very much for watching. One last time, if you haven't seen it already, check out my Miskatonic playthrough. I'm really glad I got to use my Charlotte voice again in an official setting. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you later.